At Bawashir once more, it's industrial automation. So today we are going to see how to deal with PLC gadgets. We are just going to see how to deal with these input output gadgets, and we are going to have here a logo type PLC. Where can we have it from? It is here. This gadget here is a logo Siemens PLC kind of type. We are going to see how to do our on and off circuit of a motor, just direct online to see how to go about. We are going to see basics of wiring on the logo PLC, real gadgets, also the logic of coming up with a ladder diagram. Let's go. So here, when I give some simple preview, some simple on this PLC, we have here pins. It has P1, P2, I1, I2, I3, I4, I5, I6, I7, and I8. Then it has Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4 with 1 and 2, 1 and 2. They are normally open connections. So here P1 and P2, those the power pins of our log gadget, and I1, I2 up to I8, those are the input pins. Then we have Q1, Q2, Q3, those are the output. So here signals received at the input pins, they command the closing or opening of these output pins around here. This is our screen, and yeah, that's all. I think we can do the wiring straight away forward. So we are going to first start by having our direct online circuit motor starter. We are just going to have here our power supply. Then we are going to have the real components 3D. I'm going to have my contactor, my circuit breaker rather first. Where is circuit breaker? Yeah. Then I'm going to have the contactor. Then I'm going to have, we can put an overload. Then I'm going to have the motor straight away forward, our 3-phase motor. Just is a direct online simple connection here. After arranging our gadgets like this, let's do this cabling. Shall have power around there like that, to the contactor, to the overload, then from the overload direct away to the motor. So that is the power line. After having that power line, now we have to do the control. Remember, these automation devices, they just help us in controlling. So now this one, we are just going to name it our MCCB. Then this one, we are going to name it our Q1. Then this one, just the thermal overload can remain fused. Then the motor shall remain the motor. So we are going now to bring our controlled gadgets, and we are going to have them, push buttons. Shall have one push button, that is the start and stop push button for our control. Then we are also going to have some output gadgets such as indicator lamps, and our indicator lamps shall have 1, 2, shall have 2 of them. So allow me put this one around here. Then we shall name this one, it will be our input 1, that's I1. Then this is input 2, that's I2. Then this one shall be our off indicator. can say off. Yeah, just say it is Q2. Let's give it Q2. As we have already used Q1, then this one shall be Q3. Okay, so after that we are going to do what next? We are going to have here just some text. Here is a stop. I'm going to put it around here. The font is too big, just gonna reduce to something like 16. Okay, and make it bold. Okay, then we are going to have another text. Just start. This is for the start push button. Then I'm going to have another text for off around here. Right, I'm gonna have another one on around here. So those are indicator lamps. So now we are going to have our single phase supply. We can get our control breaker, and this one I'm going to make it 2 pole, live and neutral 3D. Yes, like that. And I'm going to get for it some single phase power supply around the live and neutral here. So this is live, this is neutral. So now we are going to power our gadgets. We are going to have, let me extend it a bit. Yes, so we are going to have our live to pin 1. So let me first do this. When we have our gadget into 3D, that is how it looks like. So I'm going to have the neutral. That is how it looks like. This one is MCB, the control. So now here the input gadgets we are going to use. Let me first put this one in 2D. We see the line is properly. So here we have input 1. Is it? Let me change here photo. Yeah. So we use the normal open. We are going to get this live here. It's the one that's going to supply our signaling devices, and these are the push buttons. So we are going to have here, then we have here live, then they are going to enter this one to pin 1, and this one we are going to use input 2. Just let me get it from here to there like that. So we are using input 1 and input 2. Input 1 is for stop, input 2 is for start. These ones, sorry, here we are supposed to use the normally open lines, not normally closed. Normally open. When we view this thing here, then the 2D symbol, you see the normally open is this side. So we are supposed to use the normally open. For that case, therefore, we move our power up to here. Then from pin 1 we get it this side here, normally open. The same to this one also. We delete this and delete this. So we do from here up to here. Then we get it this one from here. Okay, So this one we take it back to 3D. Where is 3D? Oh, here is 3D. Not that one. Not that one. Wagwan. Yeah, that one there. So that is how it is. Then when we wire the lamps we are going to get a neutral. We are going to give them neutral from around here, like that, and this neutral is just going to come to the power supply around that from there. So this way this one is going to get from Q3 is around here. So we get from Q3 here, then we give let me give this one the nearest. Then Q2 is around here. Or I'm using negative neutral lines, so I'm supposed to use live lines. So Q3, then Q2, now I'm going to change here. This one is Q3 and this one is Q2. Say okay. Now, as you know, these are normally open lines. They have to receive the command, and the command they are going to receive a live from the power, which is going to be something of the kind they are going to receive power from Q1 is going to go to the contactor. It's going to receive from there. Then we are going to loop it to Q2. Then we are going to loop it to the input of Q3. Hope you're trying to get that one. Here from power we put into the input of Q1. We loop it to the input of Q2. We loop it to the input of Q3. This one here is not a connection since there is no dot. So when this one closes, it goes to Q3 to Q2. When this one closes, it goes to Q3 also. When this one closes, it comes here to K1 of the contactor. Now we see K1 receives from there. Then A1. Then of course A2 is going to go to neutral, like that. Maybe before we consider here, then let's also try to consider the overload. So we are going to have here from the overload, from power to the overload, then from the overload, that's when it's going to power A2, so that when the overload trips, the circuit can go off. So after having this our net wiring properly, what are we supposed to do next? We are now supposed to do what we call the programming. We are supposed to give our device a program. Let me put this one in a nice peak. So that is how it appears. When we start here, before the program, when you power here on, you see our screen is now on. These are the input indicators and these are the output indicators. When you press signal input 1, you see here it indicates. When you press input 2, you see also input 2 indicates, but output does not indicate just because you have not yet given it a program. So we are going to do what we call logic programming. And for logic, we are going to have here, a positive, I'm going to have here a negative, like that. So I'm going to have here, when you come to our ladder programming is here, I'm going to have a normally open, a normally closed, then I'm going to have a normally open, then I'm going to have another normally open here for launching, then I'm going to have a coil, an output coil. I'm going to bring this live cable, connect there, connect that one, connect to the coil, then connect to the launching, also here connect to the launching, then I get the neutral or the negative and I connect it here like that. So that is our ladder circuit. Now we are going to address it. This one is going to be our stop, and our stop, we gave it signal I1, that's the pin I1 it was using, and our start pin is I2, which is here. It is input 2. Then we had this one, towards the coil was Q1 for the contactor, and this one for the launching should also be Q1. Now we have our indicator lamps. The indicator lamp, we are going to have here another coil. We are also having another coil. So for the lamp, this one is just going to light together with the coil. Okay, we can make it maybe neat in this way. Can delete this one and we just make it neat in this format. We get a normally open of Q1, and give it like that, and here we are going to have a normally closed of Q1. And give this one and give it the neutral. That's this. Like this, and we complete here like that. So we name this one is, for the on is Q3, here on is Q2, rather is Q2, then for the off is Q3. So we change this one to be the off one, like that. So that is our ladder logic. This one, they are also Q1, and this one is also Q1. Okay, so when I zoom out, now when we do a simulation of our circuit here, so this is the power wiring, This is the control wiring, and this is our PLC logo, Siemens PLC, and this is the ladder logic. Now ladder logic, here we have programming software that we are used to program PLCs. So you program it. You can use TIA portal. This ladder logic here is not wired separately on a paper or somewhere, but it is a program found inside here. It's the program that you feed inside. So when we do here play a simulation, we put on the power and also put on the control. So you see, as soon as you put on the control, the off lamp is indicating, and also here output Q3 is already indicating. So when you press start, this one goes off. You see, then we are having the motor running. Our contactor is already on. The motor you are seeing is running, and also here you see in our ladder circuit, here Q2 is on, that is this lamp, and the Q1, that's the contactor. Then the self-launching mechanism is here. So when you press stop, again the stop lamp lights and the motor goes off. Let me zoom a bit. So that is it. When you press here start, you see it is now Q1 and Q2 on. That is the motor and the on lamp, which is this one. When you press stop, it is now Q3, which is on, which is this lamp, according to the ladder logic here, which is inside. So that is how simply we do programming with the logo Siemens PLC. So next tutorial we are going to see how to do a reverse and forward with our PLC. So PLC, the basic is this ladder. This control is inside this gadget. Here we just connect our gadgets to pins, gadgets to these pins, and this one uses AC. It is typically AC. Input is AC, it is powered by AC, and the output is a relay type, and the relay can control any AC or DC. So thanks for watching.